So I'm Joseph for the Racing Rookery here with Ryan Blaney, local product of Youngstown, Ohio, the Northeast Ohio area. So again, coming back to Michigan, what's it like to see the family again?
Yeah, it's good. Like you said, it's pretty close from where I was born, and we're still got a lot of my dad's side of my family still lives up there. So usually have a good amount of them come out to the race. So it's always good to see not only family but people you knew or knew your family when they were dirt racing. I met some folks last night actually that knew my grandfather and watched my dad race forever. So that part's pretty cool to just hear old stories.
And you're on a podcast, Glass Case of Emotion. How much fun is it to get out there and kind of show people a different side of yourself?
Well, it's good. I think it's healthy for for everybody. The reason we started that podcast was to have other drivers or athletes on that they don't have to talk about really their job. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about and just kind of open up and just show that we're not robots and things like that. And it's hard to kind of show your full personality when you're here working. This is our job, and it's we're focused on the task at hand. But that deal gives people the opportunity to relax and just feels like you're hanging out with some of your buddies. So that's been a lot of fun to do the last 3 years.
And I've been wanting to ask a very emotional moment between you and Bubba Wallace during All-Star Weekend. What was it like to meet your best friend and just tell him, hey, you're in the All-Star race?
Yeah, that was cool. That was really good for him. He drove his heart out. Almost won the first segment of that, and then the way he won the second one I thought was really neat. Just drove real hard, and for him to be part of the All-Star race I thought was really special for him, and he needed that. He was kind of in a rough spot there for a little bit, and that was so cool. And I couldn't wait to go congratulate him. We were watching on the big screen from the backstretch, and I was jumping up and down and then went right to the garage. So you want to see you enjoy seeing your friends succeed. I want to beat my friends the most at anybody, but you enjoy when they succeed, and that was a really cool moment and something I'll never forget.
Been watching a lot of the Penske Games. That looks like just a blast between you, the IndyCar, and the IMSA guys. So how much fun is that to be with those guys and just really just go all out and just have fun?
Yeah, the Penske Games is it's been a lot. It's received a lot more feedback than I thought it would when we started a few years ago, and the folks at the Penske shop they do such a great job of coming up with new games per year, and I think we had all the drivers. First time we had all of our drivers from the supercar guys to IMSA to IndyCar to NASCAR. And that's a lot. I think it was 15 people or something like that, 15 drivers, and that's harder than corralling cats when you get 15 grown men to just try to do a task. But that's a lot of fun. We filmed that over 2 days and kind of get all of them done, and then they release them throughout the year. So that part is a lot of fun to do, and I'm happy the fans enjoy it.
You really didn't want Simon Pagenaud to cross that line with his with the ice shirt on.
No, I didn't. I had to come up with something. Austin was struggling a little bit to get that shirt undone, and that's a lot harder than it looks, to be honest with you. Try freezing a shirt and trying to unravel it. That's a hard thing to do, and almost going to frostbite there for a little bit. But yeah, I tried to play linebacker for a little while, but I was eventually overpowered by a few others. So. And
lastly, what's the car feeling like this weekend? You're about to qualify, and what's your shot this weekend?
Yeah, about to qualify, and I thought practice yesterday was interesting. This is the first time. Obviously, we've come here this year with this package, and it's kind of been back and forth, of how much you want to trim your car out to how well you want it to drive. So it's just finding that balance, and there's a lot of mixed kind of setups in the field from body wise, and this year it's been so different, kind of how you come to each racetrack with different bodies, and last year you're just looking for downforce, downforce all the time with that small spoiler, and now this year it's so big, you're trying to balance out drag and downforce and side force. So you have a lot of teams doing different things, and everyone tries something different every week. You just try to figure out what it's going to take at certain racetracks to run the best you can. So I'm excited for the race tomorrow. I think it's going to be really interesting. We might not qualify as good as we'll race, but that's, like I said, some cars qualify a lot better than they race and just flat out speed. Other cars drive better. So you just try to balance that out and hopefully hit it right.
All right, that's Ryan Blaney.